Hey, Good Fox here with the MUT Monitor. This is your weekly source of all news Madden Ultimate Team, and I guess bi-weekly source this time since we didn't do this last week. So we got a lot of Christmas stuff to talk about in our time off. I watched the video from 2 weeks ago that I did on the MUT Monitor to get a hold of what I talked about then in order to figure out what was covered and what was not. A big section had to do with the errors EA had been making of late with Team of the Week cards being in pack too long, and so on, solo challenge and whatnot. Well, that lack of attention to detail on the small things crept its way into a much larger issue that people were absolutely angry about. I'm sure you all know about it, so I won't go into too much detail, but EA basically glitched out the game for us, gave us a bunch of free Frozen Moment collectibles, and people took advantage to make moss and get a bunch of extra coins. Talked about in this podcast was Hey or Joe. The people that had moss lost value on the people that weren't online to take advantage of it. Didn't get that type of boost to their coin stack, and EA didn't remove all the fraudulent mosses in the game. They tried to fix it by buying up all the extra mosses, but that did not work. So a bunch of people that took advantage of the glitch got a lot of extra coins, obviously angering the community. And these constant screw-ups by EA is a trend. I really hope they get these, new quality assurance guys on board that Rex was talking about on Twitter. They were hiring some new guys. So hopefully that's, they said in the new year, so hopefully that comes on board quickly and we can, kind of cut down on these errors that is really, the MUT experience itself has been great this year. It's just the errors have kind of taken away from people's enjoyment of it. I mean, they're so close to such a great game. There's just a few nagging things, and I mean, there's always going to be a couple nagging things, but it's just big things that are coming up. Anyways, moving on from that, there's a new field goal block talking about glitches, and it's taking over ladder right now. D-Money released it on his channel. Check it out. I will link it in the description. Basically, you pick a field goal block with a light blue, and then you use that and run forward to get the block. When you can't go off sides with that light blue. It's kind of, I don't know, they should fix it. Matt Markow, interestingly enough, said the field goal block will be banned, but the swerve will not at the tournament. I don't get what goes through these people's heads sometimes. I think it has to do with the fact that if Problem Right says something is not okay, EA will bend to his wishes since they suck the dick off of his hip. And it just seems so weird that these competitive players, and there's nothing against Problem, I don't know why they have a issue in EA with field goal blocking. Now, I'm not saying field goal blocking is good, but they don't have an issue with swerve. It seems that they're very similar things. The field goal block, they say, it can't be defended. Yeah, you can audible to a fake field goal, and then you defend it that way, and then you get 2 extra points there. Like, there are ways to counter it in a game. So that argument falls flat. Maybe it's because field goals, they don't want people blocking every field goal in the tournament classic, but then what's the swerve thing? Does that look like real football? There's a big argument there to be had. But it's an interesting thing that the Madden developers would take a line on field goal blocking just because Problem and other competitors said that's where they want to take the line at. And it does seem like EA has no opinion of their own on a lot of things. All right, so Rex has stated in Problem Stream, and I got this told me through a third party, that they don't have, so I didn't see it firsthand, they don't have an internal fix for the swerve, which is unfortunate for the rest of us. So it looks like we'll be dealing with it for a while. So definitely what you want to do is learn how to defend it. Basically, you don't click on right away when they swerve. You run to where the ball is going to be, and then you hit your SWAT or your pick button, your Y or your X. But the Madden competitive ladder has been closed as of 3 a.m. Monday night? So they are inviting players to the next Madden tournament as we speak. The Madden Bowl will be taking place in February, where we'll see the top Madden competitors face off against one another, similar to what we had earlier this year, which basically shapes the meta every time we see one of those tournaments, because people watch it, see what works, see what the winner uses, and then you'll see that on ladder quite a bit over the next few weeks and the rest of the game. So we got the return of the Campus Heroes promo. EA hasn't dropped any clues if this will be a continuing promo, and if so, what days of the week we'll get these new players, but hopefully we'll get new ones soon, as it's one of the community's favorite promos. In my opinion, most of the players right now out of that promo are too expensive for their stats, with the exception of AJ Green. But I hope we do get more in the future, not just like one-off things, kind of like new award winner sets and whatnot. Hopefully you get actual like weekly content from it. But a guy from our FIFA, moving on, found momentum to be in some of the game code of FIFA. That, you know, you can find it in FIFA because it's on the PC. Madden isn't on the PC, so it's tougher to crack with the Xbox and PS4 being proprietary systems and not able to like hack into. There's potential ways of doing it, but I know the PS3's been hacked into potentially. They're different games though. You know, Madden on next gen and old gen are different games. So seeing the code on the old gen will be different than seeing the code on the new gen stuff. Anyways, he asked for an explanation from EA about momentum, but it's a fat chance that he'll get any explanation at all. Guru on stream said we'll be adding Campus Hero Marcus Mariota, what I talked about earlier with Campus Hero continuing players, and an upgrade to Mike Vick card at some point. But as for the Mike Vick card, based on Guru's reaction to Vick's tweets about Madden, I don't think it's imminent. Guru said he didn't know why Mike Vick tweeted all the Madden stuff when he did. So, I mean, Mike Vick probably doesn't have any inside connections to Madden developers that don't, like, at EA, or I don't understand why he'd say that. Otherwise, it's been a pretty light week of content, plus, and news of the MUT front, because most of EA was off enjoying the holidays, like all of us. They weren't tweeting their game, except for, like, the technicians that had to come in and try and fix the frozen collectible set glitch. They didn't remove the glitch items in the binder, like I talked about. So EA flipped the switch on us. You know, they did remove them from the binder, didn't remove the packs last time. We got 4 new chemistries. Brett Favre's Gunslinger chemistry, which gives a faster release. I did a testing on my channel. I'll link that in the description. It's a little interesting. The ball speed didn't actually come out quicker. They released Focus Kicker chemistry to make kicking game a bit easier. Moves at pro difficulty rating. Hopefully we'll get a punter with that soon. The Secure Pass Blocker, where there aren't any insta-sheds on pass block moves. I want to test that. Same with the Secure Tackler, where we won't have a tackle broken by non-user inputted moves. So I'm excited for the futures of chemistry and MUT. We'll see what EA is cooking up. The top Reddit posts are linked in the description. There's some beginner game management tips, a PSA on the best time to sell certain cards, and the gift threads. We're all great on the guessing stuff. So that was cool. That's it, though, for today. And I will see you next week with this, but I will see you tomorrow or tonight if I'm streaming. So I'll see you guys soon.